exercise 1.25. Exercise 1. We need to simplify these fractions, additions and subtraction. The first is to look for common denominator, and the common denominator will be, in this case, will be r into bracket r minus 4 r plus 1. So that will be the common denominator. So let me just put here common denominator. So basically we need to divide, draw a line for the common denominator. So I'm going to do that. I have to make it long because this expression is going to be long. So I have r into bracket r minus 4 r plus 1. Why did I get that as a common denominator? It's because it's pretty simple. All I need to do is just multiply that by that, times that by that, because we don't know what r is. It's a bit like when we're doing an exercise on, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 5. Well, the common denominator here has to be 2 times 3 times 5, which 2 times 3 is 6, so it has to be 30. I couldn't use 15 because 2 doesn't go in 15 without a remainder. So we need because we're looking for a factor that would just have a whole number. So in this case, 30, how do I get that 30? 2 times 3 times 5. So it's the same process. So we're just multiplying that with that, and with that. That's how I got my common denominator. Now, I'm going from, so if you look at r minus 4 here, what I don't have is r and r plus 1. I don't have r and r plus 1, so I have to multiply the top also by r plus 1. So that'll be 5 r plus 1 plus. Now I've got r here and I've got r here. I don't have r minus 4 and r plus 1, so I have to multiply the top by 3 r minus 4 r plus 1. Here I've got minus now. Here I've only got r plus 1. I don't have r minus 4 and r, so I have to multiply the top by r, which makes it r squared r minus 4. Okay. So what do I do next? Well, might be best to try and expand. So multiply out. So I will just draw my line here. Obviously it's going to be longer now. Expand it. r minus 4 r plus 1, still the common denominator. So this will be 5r squared. 5r times r, 5r squared. 5r times 1 plus 5r plus, right, I need to expand these two factors first and then multiply by 3. So I'll put the 3 out, use a square bracket to solve this one out. R times r squared, r times 1 plus r minus 4 times r minus 4r minus 4 times 1 minus 4, close the square bracket r, and minus r squared times r cubed minus r squared times minus 4 plus 4r squared. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now what we need to do is just multiply out the square bracket. So I have got 5r squared plus 5r plus, now this is 3r squared, r minus 4r is minus 3r times 3 minus 9r. 3 times minus 4 is minus 12 minus r cubed plus 4r squared over r minus 4, r plus 1. Now what do I need to do here is to basically simplify. We need to write the polynomial on top as a standard form, which means we always write the highest exponent first. The highest exponent here is a 3 here. Exponent is the power. So we always write that first. So it's minus r cubed, followed by the next highest exponent. So it will then become decreasing exponent to the right. So I have 5r squared, so that's gone. 5r squared plus 4r squared plus 3r squared, so that would be plus 12r squared. So that's gone. I have 5r minus 9r is minus 4r, so that's gone. Then I've got minus 12 over r into bracket r minus 4 r plus 1. And that's the final simplified version. Number 2, we got this fraction to deal with. Again, we need to simplify. So where to simplify? Well, in order to simplify, let's look at a common factor from the top here. There's a common factor here from the top. Quite interesting factor here from the top. So what I'm going to do is, well, 4 is common, so I might as well take the 4 out. And then I'll get g squared minus h squared. So that'll be the best thing to do here. At the bottom, I have got g as a common factor. So I take g out, I will get g plus h. Now, at the top, there's something exciting here. Again, if you recognize difference of two squares, dot. So that's what's going on at the top there, a dot, which you might remember as a squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. So that's difference of two squares. So one square is a, the other square is b squared. A squared, b squared. Difference means take away, and that's what you get. And here, I can see that here. So I can see the difference of two squares here. So I could do 4, draw the line there, open bracket, g plus h, g minus h. And then I've got g into bracket, g plus h at the bottom. And in that case, what I would like to then do is something can cancel out from top and bottom. G plus h cancels g minus g plus h at the bottom and top. And I'm left with 4 g minus h over g. And that will be the final solution. Now let's try question 3. We've got 8 over p minus 1 over p minus 3. You can now see that the common denominator, so a common denominator, let me do that here. Is p into bracket p minus 3. And so to simplify this, I just draw my straight line. I do p into bracket p minus 3. Now I'm going from p to p into bracket p minus 3. So I must be multiplying that p by p minus 3. So I have to multiply 8 by p minus 3. So that'll be 8 p minus 3. And then that's a minus there. I'm going from p minus 3 to p into bracket p minus 3. So I'm multiplying the bottom here by p. I have to multiply the top by p. So that's p. 1 times p is p. And that would give me then I need to expand the top. So I will get 8p minus 8p minus 24 minus p over p into bracket p minus 3. Now 8p minus p will be 7p minus 24 over p into bracket p minus 3. And that will be the final answer. Question 4. We need to simplify z plus 1 over z plus 2 minus z plus 3 over z plus 4. Right, so the common denominator here will be, common denominator will be z plus 2 and z plus 4. So I would have z plus 2, z plus 4. Now what I'm doing is I'm going from z plus 2 to z plus 2, z plus 4. So I have to multiply, since I'm multiplying the bottom by z plus 4, I have to multiply the top by z plus 4. So I'm going to have z plus 1 times z plus 4. And there's a minus sign there. I'm going from z plus 4 to z plus 2 times z plus 4. So I'm multiplying the bottom here by z plus 2, so I have to multiply the top by z plus 2. So I got z plus 3 times z plus 2. Okay. That meant that I need to do my expansion. So it's quite a bit of expansion there. But, so what do I have now? I've got z plus 1 here. I've got z plus 4, z plus 3, z plus 2. Okay. So what do I need to do now is to expand all of them in the brackets. I have to do that. There's a lot of expansion going there. So let's do z. So let's just do this first line there. Big one, I'm afraid. Now z times z will be z squared. Z times 4 will be plus 4z. 1 times z will be plus z. 1 times 4 will be plus 4. Put in square bracket, just just to make sure, minus. Now I've got z times z, open bracket again, z times z is z squared, z times 2 is plus 2z, z 3 times z is plus 3z, it goes on, plus 3 times 3 is 6, and then the z plus 2, z plus 4. Now, I'm going to take away the square brackets. So I'm going to take away the square brackets. The reason why I put them in square bracket is because there's a minus in front of here. I don't want that to confuse me. So I did those in square bracket first. And now I'm taking away the square bracket. So that'll be z squared plus 5z, 4z plus z, plus 4, minus z squared, minus times, there's a 1 here, minus 1 times z squared is z squared, minus 1 times, this is 5z, minus 1 times 5z is minus 5z, minus 1, there's a 1 there, if there's no number, it means there's 1, minus 1 times 6 is minus 6. Okay, over z plus 2, z plus 4. I am deliberately slowing down when I'm teaching because I want people to see it. So, and that equals, so, well, z squared minus z squared, that's gone. They cancel out. Plus 5z minus 5z, that's gone. They cancel out. And I've got plus 4 minus 6 is minus 2 over z plus 2, z plus 4. So that's the simplified version of that.